there happens to be a cockroach that catches his eye. And he begins to pay attention to the cockroach. And he begins to, because he's so lonely, have a relationship with the cockroach. He no longer despises it. He no longer sees it as something to get rid of. He becomes curious as to its behavior, and it begins to learn from the cockroach about cockroaches. And he begins to care for the cockroach. And one day, when he's there being undefended with the cockroach, he has an influx of inspiration and wakes up. You like those kind of stories. You like the contrast and the miraculousness of it because of the contrast. And you find it inspiring that when somebody finds even a cockroach to have as an object of its affection, that this could totally transform him and wake him up. You know. Well, you don't, you know, your lives are pretty regular and they look pretty good, and you know, there aren't any great contrasts, and so what hope do you have, you know? Well, cockroaches aren't special no matter where you are on the globe. Anything can become an object of your affection. Anything can be that which you allow yourself to be present with, and that you allow yourself to have an experience of that goes beyond your pre-existing definitions. I mean, just move from one place to another and you will find out how many things you have around you that could be the trigger to your awakening if you became defenseless against it. I mean, absolutely everything is loving you with the love of God. But it's just a folding chair, or it's, oh, that old pillow, you know. The lampshade that a moth laid eggs on and it left a mark, you know. Well, I'm sorry. Every one of them, every single thing in your experience is pregnant with your opportunity to wake up. Your opportunity to have a complete transformation of your conscious experience of being. And you don't need stark contrasts in order to have something magnificent happen. Do you get the picture? At least enough to have an enduring curiosity, even a low-grade curiosity, like a low-grade fever. I mean, just barely there. I mean, just a little bit of curiosity that persists, so that you go through your day without forgetting that there's more there for you to be experiencing, because there's more of you to experience it than you're letting yourself be aware of, or that you're letting yourself conceive of yourself as being. You are in relationship with everything in exactly the same way Ken described his experience with the rosemary.
Now, if I could activate that with people I don't get along very well with. And there is, you know, certain things, that happen in our relationships from time to time that I know we can all relate to this, that there's just a big old wall that comes up, and it's like an impenetrable experience. Many of us want to just turn on our heels and walk away or lapse into judgment and blah, 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 blah.
All that makes it impenetrable is the definiteness of the picture you are holding about the person you're having difficulty with. It's the definiteness of your picture, of your definition, and the vigor with which you hold on to it, the commitment with which you hold on to it. Now, maybe someone you're having difficulty with may be the trigger to your awakening, but it won't hurt anything at all for you to pick a less conflicted subject as the object of your affection. Good.
Wise choice.
A ballpoint pen sitting on the table. Anything. And you don't have to concentrate. You don't have to get a nice little wooden holder to place the pen on and have a little altar at the side of the room so that you may go and sit down and specifically and wonderfully give yourself the opportunity to wake up by embracing it and letting it tell you what it is. Now, it can be the pen that happens to be sitting beside your phone at the moment that you're looking at it, and 3 seconds later, it can be the fork that's on the counter on the kitchen sink or the kitchen counter, because that's where your attention is. And you see, don't make a process out of it. Let it be something that you're willing to have the experience of at any moment with whatever is in front of your eyes. The point is for the intention to see what God is being there, to be persistent, but it can be light, not full of intent, because that becomes willfulness. That becomes something that you are going to bring about by the force of your will, by the force of your commitment, by the force of your determination. You've got to let it in. And in order to let anything in, as all women know, you have to be willing to receive. Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Hands. Right here.
Thank you. I recently became aware that for the past maybe 4 years or so, I have accepted a status of treading water. Getting by has been my reason for each new day, and kind of priding myself in just making it again by the skin of my teeth.
As a demonstration of what?
Oh, well.
Perseverance.
Yes. Look how
Yes.
I can survive even the direst. It's very dramatic, and it's a good story to tell, but I'm kind of tired of the story. And so I've had...
Like his father.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Who finally sighed and gave up. The story gave up the... yes, continue.
Mm-hmm. And I just had incredible. The day of the great fog a couple of weeks ago, I was in that, and I had a terrific meditational experience on the drive down here. And in that, I realized that I had given up that dream for something better, that I'm no longer setting goals. I'm just saying, okay, got to get those boxes cleared out of that closet so I can get something else. And, the stuff of life, which is really getting old. So I've had a resurgence of energy, and I sense that there's something now that I'm about to embark on, that there's growth happening, that there's curiosity now to see what this is, and that there's yet another better story that I will have to tell. And I'm wondering if you want to share anything about that with me, or is it going to be a big surprise?
Well, you've already told the best part. The best part is the shift in your awareness. Yes, you're not on your last leg. What you've done, what you've experienced, is the abandoning of old age.
Oh, neat. Great.
Because for the most part, old age is the act of refusing to let life intrude on your peace. And of course, then nothing new can happen. Nothing can shake you up and have everything fall together in a new, healthy, vibrant, engaged pattern. Stay with it, girl.
Okay.
Stay with the movement you're feeling. I'll tell you this, the movement you're feeling couldn't happen when you were full of plans and when you projected structures ahead of you, where you had a project, a life project, and so on. That which is new is seen as an intrusion to be protected against until being in charge of the awful way things are working no longer pleases you. Any of you. And oh yes, I'm well aware of the ego satisfaction of enduring hell without it beating you down completely, while never doing a single thing to get out of it. It's addictive, the hit one gets egotistically because of all you can bear and what a saint it makes of you.
Oh, my friends say, and you've done that with such grace, Yeah.
Oh, to hell with grace, huh? I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy for me too.
course, you'll have to get out of your rocking chair.
I'm working on that too.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you will be being in a new way, a different way, out of the box, out of the pattern.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had accepted that, okay, this is kind of the end of life. We're winding down, and I'm doing okay, you know. And then I thought,
You die gracefully.
oh. Foo on that.
Right.
Yeah. No. Okay.
I'm doing so much better than my mother did at this age. Nobody would know how old I really was.
Oh, yes. Well, see, my hair has
On
not
your
turned
way to
gray
your coffin.
Yeah. Okay, good. Just keep on. May I ask a quick question? On my recent trip, it was a place where my mother had been as a child, and she passed over about 15 years ago. And I wonder if she
Didn't
had...
pass over anywhere. She just passed out of your
Okay, all right.
vision,
All right.
range of vision.
She just left here. Okay. And I wonder if she had anything to do with my going, or if she was able to experience that place again through me.
She didn't have any part with your going there, but she was there with you. Yes.
Yeah.
And enjoyed your enjoying it.
Good.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hands. Right here.
Thanks, Raj. I've been feeling a sense of sadness and some...
We'll go find another gathering.
Okay.
That just doesn't fit here, Dennis.
Well,
Everybody wants a downer?
this is a call for love. Now you're take your responsibility now.
And you're real good at that.
Okay. Okay, so I play the poor me role pretty well. I'm aware of that, okay? But it's there. All right, I've been feeling kind of sad and a sense of hopelessness in after the results of our election. You know, I was really hoping for the nation to be going in a different course than it is, and it seems like, okay, we're going to have more of the same.
That's
And-
pure conjecture.
Yeah, I know, and that's
And
what
you made that up.
that's what I'm asking you. Can you give me some encouragement, some hope that the way I'm picturing
4
things?
years from now, someone else will be in office.
Okay, what you're saying is just go ahead and wallow in my bullshit for the next 4 years.
If you want.
No.
Sure.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. I want to hear you say in the next 4 years.
You have an incredible mind, Dennis. How you could get that out of what I said is amazing.
I'm very creative with shit. Okay, I can make all kinds of sculpture out of it.
It's no wonder you're depressed.
Yeah.
When you can take what I've said and turn it into that, you have no hope when it comes to looking at George Bush or anybody else. You've got to use a little more self-discipline, and you've got to stop valuing your creativity. And you've really got to start asking God, what is the truth here? And what is my gift to be made? So that you might get about being the presence that changes the world. You see?
Okay, then what is my gift? How's that? I'll put you on the spot.
I'm going to put it this way. If you knew what it was, what would it be? Answer it.
If I could hope for one thing, it would be to.
If you knew what your gift was, what would it be? Come on, stop thinking.
To be the presence of love and to be able to see only the presence of love, the evidence of love.
Wow, that's quite a gift. And that's the truth. That is the gift you have to give. Now, why didn't you do that with me just a moment ago? And why didn't you do that with your new president? Why didn't you do that instead of hearing me say that I was saying for you to just wallow in your shit for the next 4 years? You see?
I was playing with you. I was being
Dennis,
fun, you know.
you were, but you do it when you're not playing with me too.
Right. That's true. There's a genuineness in my feeling hopeless about the situation. Yeah. But
Dennis,
the folly is
this doesn't work with me.
the folly is I'm also aware that it's folly. And so I'm kind of teeter-tottering back and forth, and I really would like to have...
The only time you teeter-totter is when you choose to exist in vagueness and lack of decision and lack of commitment. You're not making commitment to one or the other. You are just carelessly and sloppily letting whatever thought comes to your mind take the foreground and move your feelings. Now, you've got to make a choice for truth or a choice for error. You're always making choices. Whatever is on your mind is always a choice. You've said, this is worthy of my attention. And that's where your attention is. And that's where it will be until you make another choice. Now, correction of a problem always is a result of some mental discipline, where you say, which voice am I going to listen to? The voice for truth or the voice for fear? The voice that expresses singularity or the voice that expresses duplicity, forked tongue, that sees truth and error as one and the same? You've got to make a choice. I know that being depressed is like having a comfy blankie that you pull around yourself. But it's such a waste of your function. It serves no purpose whatsoever. Nothing is accomplished by it. And nobody can make you make the choice for the voice for truth or the voice for fear. No one can make you make that choice. You've got to do it. And until you do it, you're going to be stuck on the seesaw. So now it's up to you to decide what you want. At least now you know that you're doing it. So if you make the choice for fear, for conflict, for vulnerability, for all the justifications for depression, you can't blame it on anything else. It's a choice you're making. And again, it's a choice you will continue to make until you don't continue to make it. I'm putting it squarely back where the means of correction can occur. Because what I'm saying to you means you are no longer confused about what's going on and where the responsibility lies and who is the only one who can do anything about it. So are you going to change your mental behavior or not? And if you're not, don't come crying to me. What I mean by that is that if you do, I'm going to say again, Dennis, this doesn't work with me. And it doesn't work for you. And you've got to stop. You've got to do something different. And you've got to do it on purpose. You've got to do it with decision. The only payoff there is to listening to the voice for fear instead of the voice for truth is misery. It's just the way it works. And there's no way to break the law that makes it work that way. George Bush can be in office for the next 4 years and you can be miserable or happy, and it has nothing to do with George Bush. George Bush may make unwise decisions or wise decisions, but I'm going to say he may make unwise decisions during the next 4 years. If your mental stability, if your experience of your invincibility is stable while you notice him making mistakes, you're in a position of being able to be an agent for change. But if you are doing this old song still of letting yourself be yanked around, not by circumstances out there, but your choice to make circumstances out there responsible for how you feel, you will not be able to be an agent for change, and you will be miserable. Until everyone is awake, everyone is going to make mistakes, including you. Do you think I'm going to whine and cry and feel depressed because you haven't got it yet? And until you get it, I can't be fully awake? I can't. I can't be fully awake until you are. And everyone is with me and with all of the brotherhood. We can't experience the unity, the singularity of the brotherhood until all of the brotherhood is having the full conscious experience of communion with everyone else in the brotherhood.
But you're not pulled down by the